This is Money Motivation and Mike, and I'm your host, Michael Wainwright. In charge of all the controls is Jason Wright. And hello to you, world. This is the show that can and will change your life. Today, Jason, we're going to get right into this, and the title is going to be Positive Affirmations. But before I get to that, we got to figure out why we have to have positive affirmations to start with. And pressure of life isn't the problem. Stress of life isn't the problem. Your perspective is the problem. Your perspective is your sabotage. That's where you end up with the non-peaceful, non-harmony of a life, and for that matter, a lifestyle. Let me give you some examples. I'm not the right person for the job. This team isn't moving fast enough. We're running out of time. So forth and so on. By making small changes in your perspective, it creates a huge impact in your life. Now, asking these questions. Who am I? And I got this information here from one of my counselor doctor friends. Who am I? More importantly, who am I not? What have I not accomplished in my short period of life? What do I like? What do I dislike? What do I allow? What do I not allow? That big word that I heard again today, boundaries. Being able to say no. I am good. I am kind. People need to be, lots of times people have to have these type of exercises in their life because they believe everything they hear. And the majority of what they hear is negative. And there's a lot of negative going towards you that convinces you I'm not the right person for the job. Example. We're running out of time, like I say. Back. I am enough. I am smart. I am important. I am worthy. I learn from challenges. I am gentle with others. I am creative. I am loved. I am loyal. I matter. Can you sit down and say these things in your life this afternoon? Can you say them when you get back up in the morning? Can you say them after you leave your workforce after 8 hours of regiment? I hope and pray that you can. Most of the time, these kind of things, I am worthy, I am important, I am loved, I matter. Those things don't ever enter into anyone's mind. And who am I? It's more about who I am not. What I haven't done. Dislike and allow. Big words that most of you deal with on a daily basis. Now, let's go back to what I said at the start. I am not the right person for the job. How about this? This row is shaping me into the leader I need to become. A more positive affirmation, which is the approach. This team isn't moving fast enough. Speed follows clarity, where you can bring more focus and energy. So, the team isn't moving fast enough. Let's bring some more focus and energy. And speed will follow clarity. We're running out of time. Tight timelines force you to focus on what matters most. How many times do we get caught in the weeds on a matter that's not really even important? A lot of the time, tight timelines makes you focus. If I have to get something done today, you're more focused on that project than if it has to be done by Friday when it's only Monday morning. What do? You get focused on Friday because now I have a deadline. 5 days away don't seem like a deadline to a whole lot of you. That's what I'm talking about with focus. Force yourself to focus. When you reframe challenges as opportunities, you make clearer, better decisions. Now, reframing doesn't mean ignoring reality. Hard times are still going to be out there. And however great it is today, it may be just as bad tomorrow. But you got to reframe your challenge of tomorrow's issues as an opportunity. Do you have resilience? You have to have resilience if you want to move forward, because life is not easy. School's not easy. The workforce is not easy. Relationships are not easy. Getting through traffic is not easy. But resilience will get you there. One of my favorite words, perseverance. You can fail Monday through Thursday, but you persevered on Friday and you got the deal done. And at the end of the day, the job was completed. We have to keep perspective when we hit high pressure, because pressure isn't the problem. Your perspective is the problem. And it will become sabotage to 80% of you, just like it is today. Sabotage, because of the way you look at the problems, the issues, and most importantly, the way you look at yourself. I'm not going to let that person put negative thoughts into my mind. The first thing I did, I've coached a lot of ball teams, Jason. And at the start, I had these little sayings that you could put in your pocket, put in your billfold, put in your purse. And I would type up the saying and then I would laminate it before I ever did anything with the players. I met with the parents, because the parents control the players. They control the attitude they're in when the kid walks through the gate. The parents also control the other parents in the crowd. And here's what I had. It only takes one negative parent to cause disharmony for the whole team. One parent sitting in the stands can convince 8 other sets of parents that the coach don't know what they're doing and that my child is not getting a fair shake. And your kid may be playing shortstop and pitching every other game and hitting leadoff, but they will convince them. You know why your kid hits leadoff? Because coach don't think that he's going to come up with man on first and second and drive in runs. He's not a pressure player. So coach got to put him up there to start the game so that there's no pressure. And if he strikes out, there's still 2 more outs to go. And it's not like he's stranding a runner on third base. That is negative perspective. We bat you first because we know you're going to get on base. We bat you first because we know a walk will end up as a triple because you'll steal bases, you're fast. Never look at it that way. And that one person in those stands will cause disharmony for the entire team. And you know, you only have to tell one person about the negativity, and that person's going to repeat. Now, hey, you know, little Johnny there, man, he's great. The high school coaches are already looking at him. He's one of the fastest kids in grade school. Nobody goes around talking about that stuff. They talk about the negative. That kid don't have a brain in his body. He doesn't have 2 brain cells. If you put him out there on the court, he wouldn't know to go forwards or backwards. Now everybody wants to talk about that. Perspective in everything. Perspective is the answer, and perspective is also the sabotage. You make the decision. Still find our content, mx3.vip, and on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@MX3 Podcast. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified of all the new content, which now comes out every Monday and Thursday around 9 o'clock. Shorter shows, more content. The numbers continue to show that some of the changes we're making within the show are working in a very good place. So, for everyone who's been a part of this show, continue to live your life the right way.